Morning guys, so it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, sorry, it's just turning 7 o'clock. I've been up since 6. Just better leave, go pick Ricky up. Went to Howdens last night, exchanged all of the damaged units and got replacement units for the ones that were the wrong sizes. So now still waiting on doors, because obviously we've changed the size of the cabinets for the ones that are supposed to be delivered, and they're not coming till Friday, so that's going to add a day on the job, unfortunately. So we probably won't get finished here now till Monday. But anyway, let's go pick Ricky up, get to site and get stuck in. I'll see you when I get there. Okay, so we're on site, we're all unloaded, the van is unloaded. We've now got the correct wall unit that goes up there. We've placed the damaged bridging unit that goes across there. I'm just going to put these internal drawers, so those drawers go inside, and then that drawer goes in as well. So you open that drawer, then you pull that drawer out. Two of those, one there, one there. We haven't got an oven here, so we don't know what's going on with that yet. Now got the correct wall unit for the utility room, so that can now be started as well. They're umming and ahhing about these wall units that are being used as base units. Potentially they're going to be cut down because they want to use it as a bench, and as it is, that's going to be too high. So we're going to take the feet off of those this morning and reuse them elsewhere, and then we've got to have a chat with the client and discuss how we're going to move forward with the height of those, because they're going to be too high for a bench. So without further ado, as soon as Dave gets here, I'm going to get him to finish off the walk-in larder, get the base units in and the feet on, the filler panels in and the plinth, and then he can go into the utility room and make a start on that. I'm going to get on with the wall units and the pull-out drawers. Once that's done, I'm then going to jump back on the island and try and get the island finished. Happy days. And then that's basically it in here, apart from some Cornice light pelmet and plinth, which are minor. The handles are coming today as well. Let's get stuck in. Okay, so we're going to put these internal drawers in, these cutlery drawers, which are these. Pretty straightforward. So what we've got to do is you've got to measure 80mm down from your top, 8 centimetres, and then 46mm in, put a little mark, and we've done a pilot hole. Done that on both sides. So all I do with these, rather than trying to mark and get a level across, I'll screw the hinge on, I'll put a set square on here, set square it, then pilot it and screw it. So all I've done is I've screwed it on with the first screw, put my set square there, held it, done a little pilot hole, and then put my last screw in. So I'll repeat that process on both sides. Then all we've got to do then is screw these to the bottom of the drawer, and it all slides in and locks in. Okay, next step is these release triggers. So quite simple, screw there, and that's it. Do that on both sides, and then just slot into the runners and it should be good to go. Idiot, I screwed them on the wrong side because the instructions don't really tell you where it goes, but yeah, it goes on the this is the front. I'll see it slides in and clicks in there, and then that's your release mechanism. So now I've done that, let's put it in. There you go, so that sits inside the cabinet on a soft close, and then you have a drawer sits over the front of that. So that goes over it. Obviously it's hitting the decal panel we've got on there at the moment, but then that pulls out afterwards.
Fucking lost again.
So what we'll do now is take the same again in that one, and then that's them done. Hey guys, we are getting through this quite quickly now. Ricky's been throwing doors on where he can and doing plinths. So he's done all the plinths on these units here. He's put those doors on. Dave's in the walk-in larder. He's fitting all of our base units in. There's a little worktop to go on there, and there's a couple of scribe filler panels there at either side, so he's got those to do. Then a bit of plinth. There is plinth to go on the bottom of these doors, but because we don't know what flooring they're having, we may have to leave that off, because obviously we don't want to put it on and then have to take it off and leave loads of holes in it. Wall units are going up. Now we've got a bit of an issue with this wall, because this is a really old building and they've only plastered this wall. There's a massive belly in this wall, and as you can see here, You've got a couple of packers there. You've got a white and blue packer there, which gives us about 7mm. And then you come this side, and we've got 15mm to 10mm to over 10mm there. So we've pumped a load of expanding foam in there to help adhere this to the wall as much as possible. But obviously Howdens decor panels are the exact width you need. So to hide that, what we're going to do is be a little bit sneaky. We are going to, this decor panel is full height and this is only 20 centimeters, so that gives me around 40 centimeters, which is more than I need. So we're going to whip that panel out, we're going to cut the back off or the bottom off wherever the finished edge is, and then we're going to use that to make a decor panel for the end of that unit so we can hide that gap. It's all about adapt and overcome, guys. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to whip that panel off quickly, take a chunk of it off, enough to make our filler panel for there, and then that will disguise that, and then we can crack on with the rest of the job. See you soon. Okay, so I've finished installing the inset drawers, and I'm now going to start looking at these wall units. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a level line off of our larder unit on the right. I will then measure down 40mm, and that will give me my fixing height for the actual little fixing brackets that come with the units, and that will be top of the fixing bracket. I then have to mark out the screw holes below that. I can then drill those holes, hang the wall unit, and start leveling it and securing it to the right hand larder unit. Now there's an issue with this wall, there's a big belly in it, which is going to cause me a bit of an issue, but we still got to get the bridging unit up and this housing unit up. Now the bridging unit has no wall fixings, so you can't physically attach it to the wall like you would with any normal cabinet. So I have to hang this housing unit first in line, measured off the other cabinet 1000, and then I can level it. Now there's a big belly in this wall, so the left hand side of the cabinet is going to have quite a big gap behind it, which is going to cause me a bit of an issue. But once I've got it on the wall and reasonably level, I can put some little white blocks on the top of this unit. I'm going to use 4, 2 at the back, 2 at the front, which will help me support that and hang this unit on top of the existing wall units. I can then level and bring the unit away from the wall and make sure that it's all plumb and secured to the wall. But it does give me about a 15 to 18mm gap down the side of this decor panel, and we come up with an ingenious solution. We're actually going to nick some of the panel off of a wall of the larder decor that's directly in front of us on the right hand side of this. So I'm actually going to pull the wall decor out. I'm going to cut the back of it because there's a big column there. We don't need to worry about it. So after nicking a bit of the decor panel, as you can see, you can't tell we've nicked it because it's right back there. I'll cut out. We've now got all them on. We still haven't fitted that. It's just sitting on the 2 decor panels and on a couple of brackets at the top. That's got to come back out because we're waiting for the extractor fan to be put into that. But this is how we managed to blag this decor panel. So cutting that piece off of the larder unit has allowed us to put a nice decor panel in there and hide that gap. We pumped a load of expanding foam and CT1 down there just to give us maximum adhesion and make sure this corner of the unit's glued. Normally there's a timber batten up the middle of it, but we're directly in line with our sockets. So if I risk drilling through there to put a screw, I risk shorting out the electrics. So that's now solid. We've also put these on now. These are just cut. Unfortunately there's nothing else we can do because we've got a light helmet in there and there obviously, so we can't just go not putting anything there. This is grey and the cabinets are white, so we've had to cut those to fit, obviously, because it's all got to line up. You've got your 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000, 600, 600. So that's how that's done. Ignore these lines, like I say, this isn't fitted yet, it's just basically wedged in there, ready for us to put the extractor fan in. Dave's now finished in the walk-in larder, all the shelves are in, Ricky's fitted all the shelves, Dave's done all my fillers. So there's stone worktop that's got to go on there. So these have been fixed to the wall with the brackets, and they've also got a couple of feet at the front. So these are all solid now, all scribed in. So once that stone worktop goes in and our plinth goes wall to wall, happy days, that's the walk-in larder done. So I'm just going to finish trying to get this island sorted out now. I've got to make some adjustments. I think the whole thing's got to shunt over a little ways. Yeah, because when I did that wall, obviously yesterday I missed that decal panel off, so that's shunted all of that forward 18mm. So because I set this up before we did that, this might all need to go 18mm that way. It's not the end of the world. It's a minor thing. But the next real job is going to be making our box section for the dishwasher, trimming down these two decal panels, getting all that side fixed in, and then obviously we need to start looking at how we're going to finish this, because obviously a decal panel through there, and then 600, this is going to be bigger than the wine cooler itself by at least 36mm, which is not really a major issue because you could just frame and push the wine chiller in. But we're not actually sure of all the depths yet, so there's a few things to take into consideration. So I've got to go back to the plans, which I've got here, and start figuring all that out. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. So we've got the wall units all up now. Now I'm going to concentrate on getting these islands all sorted out. So I've got to work out, make sure all my levels are correct. And I'm going to start working on this end, make sure all that the Ricky's going to throw doors on where he can. I'm just working on this decal panel at the minute, trying to work out how the fridge is going to go. And it turns out it's going to be a full depth wine chiller, which basically means it's a standalone fridge with a glass front. So now I know that, I know how far out to bring the boxing to allow, or the panels I should say, to allow to integrate the wine chiller. Now there's a lot of mucking about here, we're just having something to eat. Got to feed the workforce, keep them happy. So once that's done, we'll crack on, and then Dave's now going to go into the utility room, and Ricky's going to help him get that larder unit in there. I'm going to work on this decal panel now. Now on one of these, I'm quite lucky. This side is easy because it's just the actual width of the work of the breakfast bar panel is the right width with all the veneered edges, so I don't have to worry about putting any edge banding on. So now that's done, Ricky's going to start putting the plinth on. I can now work on the other end where the wine chiller is, which is what I'm doing here. I'm just ironing on the edge banding because obviously it's wider, and we've got to put a bit of wax on there just to hide any little chips, and a little bit of colour fill from the pen that's supplied by Howdens. I'm also going to use the the pocket hole jig to create a bridge so that we can support all the decal panels and keep them all in the exact place, so when the floor goes in they can either go round it or they can trim it however they want to do it. I'm also going to get the Belfast sink in. The client popped in briefly, we had a bit of a chat, had to cut that out. The Belfast sink is now in, and we've marked out where the holes are, and Ricky's going to cut them out with the jigsaw because my hole cutter arbor is knackered. So we just cut a little square out for the double drainer. So we've done 2 individual holes for that. So that's now ready for the plumber to connect. And I'm going to carry on working on this wine chiller. Make sure this island is the right distance, exactly the same distance off the existing kitchen, which is 127 centimeters at both ends, and it's in line at the end of the kitchen, so it's all square and everything's looking perfect. Really happy on the progress so far. Ricky, I'm now starting to work on the cornice. Get the cornice up and start playing around with that. There's a few cuts I've got to get my head around. Okay, things are really getting there now. The island is basically finished, ready for the plumber and the electrician. We've got our decal panels on. Now this was the exact width of a breakfast panel, so that was fine. We just had to cut the height and plane it down. Belfast sink is sitting in there, and we cut the holes. This one we had to cut to length, and then we had to veneer the edge, so that's all been done now. We've made a bridge here for the 600 wine cooler, so that all structurally solid. We did the same for the dishwasher. Ignore the cut lines, just the edge is fine, what you're going to see, and the door comes over that and the stone sits on that. So all we've got to do here is raise the dishwasher up and get that fitted. That's not an issue. You've seen the rest. Ricky's just cutting in the vents for the fridge and the freezer into the plinth, and I'm just starting to work on the cornice now. Dave is now plodding away in the utility room, having fun with the boiler cupboard up there, and he's just fitting the base unit. So by the end of the day we should have a few units in there ready for the wall units tomorrow, and then we've got to cut down the wall units on that left hand side to make a bench. So basically all these 600 units that we've got in here, all of these was a double drawer, they're going to be cut down and they're going to become single drawer. We've got a lot of wasted drawers, but it is what it is. So they're going to become single drawers with a feet and a plinth, and then we've got that butcher block worktop, which has then got to be ripped down to the right width and then secured to the top of those. So that's going to be tomorrow's job. We will be back here Monday, I reckon, because we're still waiting on doors which don't come in till tomorrow, and chances are they won't be in till probably late afternoon. Just found out that Howdens were supplying the oven, and that's not on site either. So we're waiting to find out where that is and how long that's going to be, because that could be holding us up. As it is, we don't know. This is how it is in the plans, as it is. And obviously we don't know if there's fillers going in, because we haven't got the fillers. So we don't know whether they've got to come out and that's got to go down, we don't know. So until the oven's here, and I've still got to get the hinges for that, because I picked the wrong ones up, but that was on me. But anyway, let's crack on and get this cornice done, and that's this kitchen pretty much done as far as we can go. We've got the handles and knobs now, but that'll be a job for Monday when all the doors are here. See you in a bit. Let's get on with this cornice now. Now I've already cut the first corner, but unfortunately one length isn't long enough to do the whole length. So I'm just going to glue that and fix it at this end, but I can't fix it over the 1000 bridging unit, because obviously that's got to come back out. So I'm just going to leave that loose, but I'm going to secure it where I can, just so that I've got something to work off for the final cuts around the walk-in larder. And the walk-in larder is only going to be a 22.5 degree mitre, because it is a 45 degree bend, so you obviously half that. And it took me a few attempts to get it right, because I was trying it was a bit niggly, because obviously I've never done one before, and obviously the door line doesn't necessarily add up to the mitre line, so it took me a few attempts back and forth trimming the cornice to make sure I get it right. But once I was happy, I was able to secure the last piece in. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough length to do the whole right that side we're on now in one piece, so again that's in two pieces, but you can hardly see the joint. Once I got it nicely butted up and glued, and a little bit of wax filler nicely pushed into the joint and smoothed off, then it looked almost perfect. This job's coming on really well. So here we are now working on the 600 wall units that are going to go into the utility room. Okay, so this kitchen is 99% now, by the bits we haven't got. Obviously this is still loose, because until this extractor fan goes in, which isn't coming till Saturday, so that won't get done now till Monday. But all the cornice is in around the top of there. The vents are in. We are now helping Dave next door out by cutting down these wall units so that they will be one drawer instead of two. So we can basically get them cut like that one, reassembled, and basically get the drawer runners in, get it all ready to be hung. That's basically what we're doing for the next hour or so. Get them prepped while Dave does some more in the utility. Okay, we are done for today. Pretty much finished in the kitchen, or by the integrated fridge and freezer. Just waiting on the sparks, the hinges, some doors. It's all just stuff that we're actually waiting on. So like I say, the island is finished. Plinths are on. I've got the plinth the other side just to push on, it's cut. Just got to raise the dishwasher up. We've got to make that an undermount sink, which is ceramic, which is going to be fun tomorrow for the utility room. So in the utility room, Dave's been plodding away. And he's got that unit in now. He's got that larder in, all the decor panels. He's done a really nice job cutting out around the flue, trimmed it all up for the pipe work. Obviously this panel's still got to come out. It's just in there for now for structural, to keep it all in place. We've trimmed and cut all these cabinets down now, so now these are single drawer. Got the feet on, so they will go there tomorrow. They'll have a worktop on top of them, a bit of plinth and a decor panel at that end, and that's that all done. Fuck me. Sorry that, not tape measure, I was scared the life out of myself. But yeah, that's us done for today. So don't forget guys, like, share, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and check us out tomorrow. Should be 99.9% finished. Hopefully the sparkies will be here and get that sockets in. That's what we're waiting for really. See you tomorrow guys. Bye bye.